Good morning. IT band, stretch, massage and mobilise. Now the first thing I have to say to you is that you cannot stretch an IT band. The IT band is like a ligament and you cannot stretch a ligament. They are inextensible. You can, however, load up a ligament, on this case an IT band, in a straight line and put a sustained load on it. And this will straighten up the collagen fibres and untangle them and create a healing state where any tendinosis, jelly formation in the tendon is removed and you get a healthy, young IT band. So sustained loading in a straight line is what we really want. Now, a word of warning, you'll see on the internet and in textbooks the classic IT band stretch. It's like this with the leg and the body in a straight line, just over we go. Now, what we've got here is the tendon is going around a corner. It's going around the greater trochanter. So this is not a good place for a tendon to be. They like to be loaded in a straight line. And in this case, if we look at that corner, we've got the outside of the tendon getting excessive loading. We've got the inside of the tendon pressing hard against the corner, that is the greater trochanter at the top of the thigh bone. Now between the tendon and the greater trochanter, we've got some delicate structures. We have a bursa, or little fluid-filled sac. We have the tendon of insertion of the gluteus medius, and we also have the insertion point. Delicate structures getting a horrible pressure that will harm them over time. So we don't want that, we don't want this stretch. So as an alternative, our stretches, we like to make sure that the IT band's more or less in a straight line, or at least it's getting a stretch in such a way that it's not pushing on these delicate structures at the top of the greater trochanter. So we have a number of stretches. Now what's really happening when we're stretching, number one, we've got the loading, straight line loading of the IT band, but number two, we're stretching the muscles around there, and that can do a lot of good for us. The first stretch for the IT band and surrounding muscles is a Obese test stretch. Obese, O-B-E-R-S. I like to think it as the overs, O-V-E-R-S, because we're sort of doing an up and over to get into it. So from sideline, the bent knee comes up and over and back. And you can see I'm needing in some more work here. I'll put the ankle on top because my muscles around here are rather tight. And there we go, that's the Obese stretch. It stretches the quads on the side and also the Tfl. And it's got a sustained load on the IT band in a more or less straight line. The second stretch, we go onto our backs and we thread an ankle under, get the knees close together, and we rock this hip down. Now this is getting into a stretch for the front of the gluteus medius and the gluteus minor. Rocking. Most people find they can't get their knees together initially. And now we can also do this as a seated version. Just lean on the knee. And this is getting the front of the gluteus medius and the gluteus minor as well. For the gluteus medius at the back, we do a stretch band, windscreen wiper action, bring the leg over. Now that's getting a little bit of bend around the greater trochanter, but because we're loading up the back of the IT band, it's not directly on the greater trochanter. And there we go, we're stretching out the gluteus medius. We can get a lot of awareness as to what's tight here for our next stage, which is going to be some massage. The final stretch is the gluteus maximus. It's another very important muscle that inserts onto the IT band. Send a leg backwards and to the back corner of the room, tuck the toes under, get the knee up, and away we go. Stretching. So get that knee up under the opposite breastbone and just stretching. Just a little bit of movement is nice. Massage for the IT band, which is also a massage for all the structures that surround it. We start with the foam roller side of leg massage. So from Roman feast position, just put the foot forward, it just automatically comes up, put the foam roller in, and we've got a very nice stretch massage where we can get the weight up, really tilt the body forward, back, rolling. There's a sore spot in the muscle there, that's the lower side leg, the mid, and the upper. Yeah, beautiful. This starts off the first few days or weeks, it's painful, but you really get to love it after a while. As indeed we do all these stretches. For the next, from sideline, just take a foot up outside of the shin, put the ball in, away we go. Now you can use a slightly bigger ball if you like. The ribs are close to the mat, we can take the hips up and down. From bridging, put the ball in at the top of the back jeans hip pocket, the opposite hip comes up, and just get the legs comfortable. When we find a knot, just sink onto it. And also we can go to the bottom of the hip pocket, just above the sit bone, and here, right over to the side here. And finally, we can do the Tfl muscle, and just remembering how we get to that, 1 centimetre of the greater trochanter, and 2 centimetres up, so 1 centimetre forward, 2 centimetres up, and the body leaning forward a bit. That's pretty good. If it starts off being really horrible, after a week or two, you really get to love it. It's a lot less uncomfortable and a lot better. We've done the stretching, we've done the massage. Now the runner's warm-up is where we do the mobilizing leg swings. And again, leg swings. It's good to have the knee bending a little bit. And now if we think about butt kicks, just like that. Heel to sit bone, up. This is actually getting the quads and hamstrings moving like this. When we bend the knee, this is what happens. And when we straighten, this is what happens. So we're loosening up all the connective tissue so that these muscles will glide over each other. Stretch band drill to help the proper activation of muscles in the running action. What this will do is it will get, as the leg swings forward, get the TFL working on front and the glute max working behind. Imagine we've just taken that swing forward and just spread the feet. If we are on ice, the feet would spread apart. Just push them apart. We can feel the TFL working and we can feel the glute max working. And that's what the band will help us do. So we just put the band on and just, away we go. Again. So initially when we put the band in action, we're going to be running with the feet spread apart, and it's going to look like this. That's not good running. So we can be quite relaxed about the feet being close together. And so once we've taken that band off, we go back to the running action and just feel that little bit of out like that as we bring the leg forward. And of course with the feet close together as they pass each other. So let's just see what it feels like now that we've reprogrammed these muscles for run. So from in front, with these muscles now working, it's very easy to keep tall, relaxed and aligned. We will not be getting the knee coming across and the hip dropping. We are actually tall and relaxed and aligned. Just watch me as I straighten up tall. TFL and glute max muscles are working. There's tall. I'll just run towards you now and applying that good technique that we've learned. Stretch band drill for organizing the muscles such that your IT band is working correctly. With this drill, you can hope for 2 to 10% more efficiency in your running. Not just IT band friction freedom, but everything will get more efficient, feel more comfortable.